I got my crown.
She's already with me.
Yeah. I got my crown.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the press. We are here with the celebrated guest, Her Majesty Koningin Máxima of the Netherlands.
The effects of the digital financial inclusion for people and how we can actually help farmers be able to weather climate shocks, droughts, or even floods, or even invest better for the future to have better yields and better production. And this is very important, of course, for their own income, but also the food security of the country. We are actually talking about sort of kind of smart agriculture, but that you also need to invest and you also need to finance. So every farmer needs to do their own investment. So I think we're trying to look at the way with how we can actually help with digital financial services to actually convey this. I thank you so much for this proceeding. I felt very kind of
35 farmers, we contact them by phone just to set up appointments when we are to visit them. So once we have agreed on the date and the time, then we come visiting. So assuming today we planned to visit Dennis, then we tell him we are planning to come around this time. So
with a little bit more people than we thought. Hey, Dennis?
Have enough then, please. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
And also like their thing with this farm when they hold and
like popcorn.
buy insurance on their own, they might not even be able to afford it. He said he said they
No, they won't be able to buy your food.
Yeah, because they also like
and it's 2 times how much more? So 2.5, huh?
Yeah.
How are you? Kolendo village, and it's just our honor to have all of you here today. The presence of Her Majesty the Queen and all of her entourage. You're very welcome. Maybe it's something about Pula. I started the business about 8 years ago with my co-founder. He's an actuary, I'm an economist. Your yield of this maize would be about 10 metric tons, whereas here in Kenya your average acreage is about 1 acre. Last year our average acreage was 0.9. Our average yield was around 2 metric tons. And if you think about insurance in Europe or in Holland, you visit every single farm. You visit them at the start, again at the end.
You will never be able to pay that.
Exactly, because your average premium of a 100-hectare farm is maybe about $10,000, whereas for us, our average premium last year was $10. So we really have to rely on technology and data. What we do here is basically what we do when we start in a country. We do something called agroecological zoning. So we look at all the microclimates in the area.
How many do you have in Kenya, for example?
I have hundreds of microclimates. And so in each microclimate, we'll visit and we'll sample 35 farms. So today, and on that farm, we'll do a standardized yield measurement. We'll do one in a couple of minutes. At the same time, people think when you do these kind of standardized harvests, you do actuarial modeling, they think that's the rocket science. And what we've realized is that real rocket science is in partnersperships.
We'll give one because some steps are doing.
Okay, let's go back and measure these later.
The box placement, then we come to now take the details. So the yield from the one being harvested. So we say no, if it has not been harvested.
Fresh batch.
So we do calibration of the scale to ensure that it's in kgs. because that is decided for measurement units. Then we can proceed to measure.
Maybe you can read the reading for us. Yeah.
You have to take off your hand.
Oh, yes. Once it's set.
These you can actually slide the seats again.
How many tractors are we finding?
About 22.
22? So we finance 22 tractors in this community. We finance a total of 150. We just closed a fairly large transaction with ABSA, actually the largest agricultural transaction for ABSA all year. To finance more equipment. All of our borrowers are traditionally unbanked.
So they finance you?
ABSA finances us, and then we take that money and finance these unbanked entrepreneurs who are graduating from.
And do you also have a deal with tractor companies?
Yeah, our biggest investor is John Deere, so we work closely with
I
them.
saw one.
But we work across all the brands. We're brand agnostic. We let our customers choose, but we do make sure that when they buy a tractor, they can get one-time service.
But that's very
Their competitive advantage is the relationship that they have in the community.
So they know this farmer's going to treat my tractor well.
So they hire an operator to go out and service the farmers that they've organized. But we don't want that person driving a tractor because that's not their competitive advantage. We have an operator training program. We get them certified. We track them in the app very closely. The operators can actually work towards tractor ownership themselves. We have a number of operators who have already graduated to become tractor owners through the program. But we don't want people who are really good at working with farmers and driving around on tractors.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not. But the idea is that everybody has a pathway to grow in their career. So you can start off as a booking agent and become a tractor. We have a number of them here. You can be an operator and graduate to be a tractor owner. And then beyond that, hub manager. We don't know what's beyond that.
How much of the productivity increases when you start making it easy?
So we look at around, so you can plant 40 times faster at a roughly
40 times.
At about a third of the cost. The last survey we did, we saw 197% income improvement. Now
197%,
yep.
so 200.
Yeah. Almost
Two
a
times.
double.
Two times.
Yep. And so most of the land prep is done manually. So that's you and your kids trying to get the crop established. And the owner of the job is complete. So now it's coming down to calibrate the GPS to get 100%. Yeah. Oh, we got a real farmer?
Yeah.
Okay, should I step back? Should I step away?
No, just stay to say hi.
Okay.
This season, from last season, our production has gone up to about by about 40%.
40%.
Yes, 40% of the previous amount that we were using, because fuel has gone up. And you see, in
the fuel has gone up.
Everything has gone up now. The cost of tilling 1 acre used to be about 3,500 Kenyan shillings. Right now, it's 1,500 shillings.
Because of the fuel cost.
Actually, this is among climate smart agriculture practices, where we do minimal soil disturbance. We use reapers, which is plows, as compared to the normal disc plow. So actually, within you see within the climate, the climate changes. Now we have very good rainfall, and you can feel today here it's very dry. Not much wind. So when we practice the normal conservational agriculture, we can conserve water under the soil, and the crop can penetrate the roots through our chisel lines to survive, like you can see.
And tell me, how do you finance this? Is this seed a little bit more expensive than the other?
The seed is not expensive, it's more affordable. So around 400 shillings per 2 kg. So it's more affordable than the one.
Making sure the farmers are mechanizing the full production cycle and not just one activity.
so you can stay in that community for longer. It's a lot.
So it means a lot of training for yourselves, huh?
Sure.
Because you have to not only speak rice, you have to speak other types of crops, huh?
Yes, you have to advise them, because most in this area you'll find that the areas that are not, we're not doing rice, maize is usually not doing well. So you have to tell them what alternative crop can they put in those fields so that they're able to get something. Yes, so we have to keep training them.
He's keeping us
Hello Tractor Company. So when after getting the knowledge on how to mobilize the farmers, eventually I've seen what because I started it small, but since we partner with the Hello Tractor and gave us machineries, I've seen so the number that I'm managing is very big, more than what I was expecting.
And they've seen also your farm doing much better as well.
Yes.
And the demonstration effects is also your farmers, your friend farmers see your farm as well.
Yeah.